Hoe denk jij dat de wereld er in 2050 uitziet? En dan specifiek hoe de levens van kinderen eruit zien. Met dat idee gaat kunstenares en ontwerper Bianca Carague aan de slag in de tentoonstelling Gen Z, Children of the Future. Die is nu te zien in Tetem Enschede. We praten met die kunstenares Bianca via Zoom. In het Engels trouwens. Bianca, hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So how did you come up with the idea for Gen Z?
Oh, well, so Gen Z is an exhibition about the future of childhood. So 30 years from now, how might they live, play, learn? What kind of world will they live in? And introducing visitors of the exhibition to these four very different future kids of 2050, letting them experience what it might be like Gen Z and taking them through their bedrooms. But so, you know, when Tetem first invited me to do the exhibition, we were already talking about the topic of futures literacy in general.
Yeah.
So this idea that if we can be literate in reading and writing, we need to also know how to talk about the future, to think about the future. It's about being competent in imagining what could be.
You're talking about four kinds of children in
Yes.
Gen Z in the future. Is it a kind of other species or other kind of character that they have? What is the difference between them?
Well, four future kids are real kids. Well, one is maybe not, but just basically, I took climate change as a starting point and thought, okay, well, how does climate change affect kids around the world differently? Of course, how climate change would affect a kid in the Netherlands would be different from how climate change would affect a kid in Southeast Asia or in America, for example.
So I see. So I see climate change as one of the core parts of the Gen Z future. And it's affecting, the climate change is affecting all these four kind of children in another way. So it's about four different regions in the world.
Not necessarily four different regions in the world, but it was more of if climate change is an issue that affects everybody, can we project it 30 years from now in different directions? So just thinking about, okay, well, I feel like most people think that the future is this linear direction from today to tomorrow. How can we think about the future as the future having many different possibilities depending on your cultural background or your economic status or your geography? And so it was not necessarily thinking about just where they are in the world, but also what are different social issues or technological trends that exist.
Yeah. Well,
how might that? Yeah.
You could say that you could make a model like more kind of a serious mathematical model for these kind of children. How would they look like in 2050, or how would they do? But you have chosen to make your exhibition more like an interacting exhibition. So you want to have an interaction with the public and ask them what it must be like, your exhibition. Do I see this right?
Yeah, actually, it's interesting that you brought that up, because just today I was having this conversation. Somebody asked, how do you think AI could be useful in projecting the future or thinking about different trends? And I think the conclusion we came to was that maybe AI is not very useful in doing the job of thinking about the future. It's maybe useful for using it as a mirror to society, because AIs are programmed by people. And so I don't think that projecting the future through some sort of mathematical algorithm is necessarily the best thing to do, because they can be quite biased.
Yeah.
And so the reason I am excited about asking, especially kids, to think about these new possibilities is because the ideas are so new and surprising, and totally nothing any AI or algorithm could come up with.
Well, we will talk about how this interaction with your viewer, with your visitor works. But first, let's see a little video with a part of your exhibition in it.
Sure.
As As you can probably tell, my room is mostly visualized data. These flowers, for example, store my memories. This is how I share them with human friends when they visit. And as I experience new things, flowers grow. This is me in Minecraft some years ago, playing with some friends. Sometimes I change how I look to match the environment that I'm in. The skin I'm wearing now is my personal favorite though. I wear it to school, under a different outfit every time. Perfect. And I'm off to class.
Yeah, it's a part of one of the 4 videos in your exhibition, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is it actually that we're looking at here in this video?
So this video was a short, like a short visual video story that I wanted to tell about one of the children, one of the kids of 2050 called the non-fungible child. So I don't know how familiar you guys are with NFTs,
Yeah.
but I also do a lot of work in the metaverse space with blockchain gaming and things like that. And so this is actually the child I feel the closest to. So it's this kid that exists because their parents from, let's say, Gen B, their parents thought, okay, well, the climate is in such a bad condition, it doesn't make sense. It's maybe not even ethical to have a physical child, but maybe then I can have a digital kid that's like this futuristic, artificially intelligent Tamagotchi.
You seriously think this would be a possibility in 2015?
Yes, because I would make it for myself. Probably.
Wow.
I mean, I am not saying that I think it's an optimal future. I
But
think it's quite
where would this
dystopian,
child be?
actually.
In your cell phone or something?
Could be a cell phone. I mean, in the exhibition, the non-fungible child, you can hold them using an AR cube.
So nice.
But-
It's like a projection, I guess.
Yeah, but I imagine that it exists. Well, it exists somewhere in the digital sphere, but you can access it through portals like VR headsets or your laptop or your mobile phone. But
Bianca, I think some of our listeners are not really well in really understanding English in the first place, and now this kind of future talk and talking about non-fungible
like
tokens.
Blade Runner.
I think some have really lost their way. They thought they understood the world, and now they are completely lost. But it's no problem. You want to have some interaction with your visitors. You want to have feedback from your visitors, and you will. Use the input to develop your exhibition. How does this work?
yeah, well, the exhibition is interactive in the sense that over the course of 2 months, we open the exhibition in March and then it'll run until June 12. But basically now until May, I'll be doing a series of workshops with students and visitors of the exhibition, and using the output of these workshops or the insights that I get simply by talking to the people that visit the exhibition. Using their ideas and their insights and integrating it into the work as I grow it and develop it into a more final version of the exhibition for the Maker Festival in May, first week of May.
Yeah, and then it will be the final version of your exhibition. But we can already see what you're having now. You can see the concept, and we can deliver input.
Exactly. Yeah.
So where can we visit the exhibition with the 4 kinds of children from the future?
It's in Tetem.
In
In
Tetem,
Enschede.
and it's already opened, you say?
It's already open. You can visit, I think, Wednesday to Sunday from 1:30 to 5 p.m.
I see. And how can we contact you if we want to deliver input?
You can deliver it there. There's a workshop table in the center of the exhibition space. So usually the workshops are scheduled, but then there's also like an open public kind of workshop. It's not really guided, but there's something there that you can do if if you're just coming randomly in your own time.
I see. Well, no, I'm very curious about the final result, about the 4 kinds of children from the future that the visitors will deliver to you. They will be visible in May during the Maker Festival. It will be in Tetem too?
It'll be in Tetem too, yes.
Well, go and visit it. Bianca Carague, thank you very much for now.